Folks, I want to tell you about a little fear that I have. The fear of AI. I'm at a point where almost every single day, anywhere I look, I can find some sort of AI-generated artwork, whether it's a photo or even a video. And while at the minute you may be able to spot the difference between what's AI and what's not, today's video is going to make you question everything you know about AI.
Here we're talking about the movie.
What?
Yeah, the movie, not like ChatGPT.
Oh. So I guess today we're going to be talking about the movie AI, Artificial Intelligence, and not AI. But my warning remains applicable, my friends, because if you watch the ending scene in AI, you may be confused. The film was directed by Steven Spielberg, yet we have reason to believe that this ending sequence may have been directed by Stanley Kubrick. Basically, we're going to be breaking down that last scene in AI and talking about how you can spot the differences between Spielberg's directing and Kubrick's directing. And I promise, no AI was used in the making of this video.
Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. The ending of AI, Artificial Intelligence, is not a dream. It's not a glitch in the Matrix, and it's definitely not Spielberg adding a warm, fuzzy epilogue because he couldn't handle Kubrick's signature brand of cinematic nihilism. No, the ending, the one with the future mecha, the frozen blue fairy, and the teddy bear still holding strong after 2,000 years, is exactly what it was always meant to be. And that beautiful, devastating, emotional whiplash of a finale is not just Spielberg, it's Kubrick too.
Do not be fooled by the artistry of this creation. No doubt there was talent in the crafting of this simulator.
There's been a long-running theory that AI was a Stanley Kubrick project that Steven Spielberg came in and, quote, softened. You know the story. Kubrick spent decades trying to make the film, couldn't crack the technology, thought it might be better suited for Spielberg's sensibilities, and after his death, Spielberg finished the job. So naturally, when the final scenes roll and David the robot boy gets one magical day with his long-dead mom, a certain section of film Twitter collectively huffs, "Ugh, classic Spielberg, can't let anything end on a downer." But what if that final act wasn't a warm hug from Uncle Steven, but a haunting lullaby from both directors working in tandem?
We so want you to be happy. You are so important to us, David. You are unique in all the world.
It's important to remember, Kubrick wasn't some joyless void of existential despair. He was a meticulous weirdo with a strong love of irony, cruelty, and yes, emotional ambiguity.
It's just relax, Alice. This pot is making you aggressive.
People love to think he would have ended AI with David eternally staring at the blue fairy like a frozen Windows screensaver. But early script drafts, written by Spielberg for Kubrick, already included the future mechas and the one-day-only resurrection. These weren't tacked on last minute. Kubrick and his longtime collaborator Ian Watson had sketched out an outline to end it just as Spielberg delivered it. The advanced mechas, sometimes misidentified as aliens, they're not, were Kubrick's idea too. So's the day-long revival of Monica, David's human mother. This wasn't an emotional detour. It was the endpoint all along.
You never forget how, do you?
No. I never forget.
So if you think the final act is sentimental fluff, you're reading it wrong. It's not a happy ending. It's a simulation of a happy ending. A manufactured closure designed for a machine built to need one. It's gutting, it's existential, and is totally Kubrickian in its cruelty. Spielberg just happened to make it look pretty. Critics love to act like Spielberg snuck a Disney ending in through the back door, but there's no bait and switch. He was executing Kubrick's blueprint. Spielberg himself said in interviews that Stanley insisted he direct it because he thought Spielberg could handle the emotional scope.
This was where Stanley was going to take the movie had he lived to direct it. And this is where I was obligated to take the picture. And even if I didn't feel such an obligation to fulfill Stanley's vision, That would have been my vision as well.
Spielberg leaned more into Kubrick's coldness, while Kubrick was the one pushing for the sentiment. Let that sit with you. The man behind The Shining, 2001, and A Clockwork Orange was the one saying, hey, maybe we give the little robot a day with his mom. Spielberg, ever the craftsman, added layers of warmth and visual poetry to the framework. The end result is often mistaken for sentimentality, but it's far more sinister when you realize what's actually happening. Monica isn't real. She's a clone with no memory beyond one day. And when that day ends, David dies. Or, more accurately, shuts down. Happy ending? That's one dark bedtime story.
Now you can bring her back. Can't you?
Give him what he wants.
AI isn't just about robots. It's about what it means to be loved, to be real, to be wanted. And those questions get no easy answers. David is built to love, obsessively, endlessly. He doesn't grow, he doesn't evolve. He just wants his mommy back, forever. It's tragic. It's also deeply uncomfortable. The final 30 minutes aren't a coda. They're the core of the film's message that a machine can be programmed to feel eternal, desperate love, but never receive it. Because love, real love, isn't a loop. It ends, and David can't accept that. That's not Spielberg playing nice. That's Spielberg confronting mortality through a sci-fi fable that Kubrick helped design.
See how they try to imitate our emotions now? Whatever performance this sim puts on, remember, we are only demolishing artificiality.
People get so hung up on the ending, they forget just how weird AI gets in the middle. Flesh fairs, Rouge cities, Jude Law as a robot gigolo named Gigolo Joe.
My customers may ask for me by name, Gigolo Joe. What do you know?
Why do you do that?
That's just what I do.
That whole second act is a dystopian funhouse that feels like Blade Runner ate Pinocchio and washed it down with absinthe. And yet, it works. The tonal shift from nightmarish techno circus to quiet fairy tale tragedy is jarring, but that's what makes AI special. It refuses to be one thing. It's science fiction. It's a fairy tale.
A fairy's tale.
No, fairy tale.
No, fairy tale.
It's body horror. It's a tragic lullaby for the machine generation. This debate about the ending isn't just film school chatter. It's become symbolic. Kubrick may have been clinical, but he was also deeply fascinated by human weakness and longing. Spielberg may wear his heart on his sleeve, but he's more than capable of wrenching tragedy from a seemingly comforting moment.
When you are lonely, we can bring back other people from your time in the past.
If you can bring back other people, why can't you bring back her?
The ending of AI is polarizing because it's emotionally manipulative by design, but it's not manipulative in spite of Kubrick. It's manipulative because of Kubrick. That final scene is a tragedy disguised as wish fulfillment. A robot child gets his dream, but it's manufactured, temporary, and he will never wake up from it. Many critics still separate the film into Kubrick's cold first half and Spielberg's warm second half. But that division undercuts the fact that both men shaped every act. The mechas, the resurrection, even Teddy. All of it came from shared ideas, notes, and drafts that long predated Spielberg's solo work.
David, Teddy is a super toy, and I know you'll take good care of each other.
I am not a toy.
The tragedy of AI is that people still talk about it like it's a creative custody battle. In truth, it's a rare hybrid. Kubrick's intellect meets Spielberg's heart. The movie's final moments, where David lays down next to his recreated mother and quietly goes to sleep, are often mislabeled as closure. But what we're really seeing is the end of a program, a shutdown sequence disguised as a bedtime story. The dream wasn't real. The love was never reciprocated. The pain, though, totally real. Kubrick conceived it, Spielberg shaped it, but they were telling the same story. One saw the future through a mirror darkly. The other saw it through a child's eyes. And the ending they arrived at is both. It's emotional ambiguity dressed up as closure. It's a cautionary tale about needing love in a world that can't give it. And it's one of the most misunderstood endings in science fiction history. So next time someone says, Spielberg ruined the ending, just nod, smile, and whisper, you have no idea what heartbreak looks like, do you? And if they still don't get it, just show them Teddy. That bear is still sitting there, watching, waiting, carrying the emotional weight of two cinematic giants.
So David went to sleep too. And for the first time in his life, he went to that place where dreams are born.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.